Hello, welcome back. This is Alberto from Halpa Simulation. Another episode today. Today we are gonna look at the calibration of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with Fly-Elise. I'm doing this video because a lot of people contact me. They watch my previous videos about 2020, but they struggle to convert that to the 2024. I mentioned many times you don't have to do everything from the beginning. So this video is to show you how can you take the calibration that you've done for the 2020 Microsoft Flight Simulator and change it to the 2024 without starting the project all over again. Disclaimer, this is only for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, does not apply to any other platform, and I'm expecting that you already have the calibrated the project from 2020. If you don't have that, if you are starting from scratch, then unfortunately you need to start from zero. This is not the video for you. If you want to know how to do the full calibration, you should see my other videos that you can find on YouTube and my channel at Alpha Simulation. Another things before we keep going, a lot of you contact me privately, ask me to help them in terms of the calibration. Now, as you can understand, this is very difficult to do from far away. I can see your files, we can do remote session through WhatsApp, but it's very difficult unless I'm actually there to check everything. It's not something that I can do remotely. So what I've been doing recently, I start offering this service to whoever needs. So any flight sim center out there that needs my help, or even private people that need my help for setting up of the projector systems and the calibration, then I'm happy to do that. You can contact me privately, and we can negotiate everything there. I've been doing already some of the flight sim center. One was in the Netherlands and one was in the Philippines, and because it's just easier for me to be there, but only if you really struggle, guys. If you follow my tutorial on YouTube, I know they are very long, but unfortunately you have to go step by step. If you follow that, you should be okay, and this video should not be different. So without further ado, let's go, and if you follow these steps, you will understand how to do the full calibration Flight Simulator 2024 using Fly-Elise.
Alright, we are at the main monitor of my PC, so let's go and start opening the Nvidia control panel. The first thing we need to do is to go into our configure surround physics here, and then we need to configure the Nvidia surround. Now, I'm just want to say something very fast, because a lot of people ask me after my video, do I need to keep Nvidia surround on or off? You only need Nvidia surround during the calibration. Once the calibration is done, the Nvidia surround must be stopped, so you can get out of all the surround mode and Nvidia. So only configure the Nvidia surround during the calibration, the initial calibration, okay? So that's what I'm doing now, and I will show you later that I'm gonna actually turn it off to make everything works. My system may be different than yours. I have my 3 projector on one graphic card and my main monitor to another one. So when I click configure, automatically select the 3 projector. But anyway, let's go into. Don't change this. This is exactly what during the calibration, the initial calibration that you've done, how the projector were configured. If you start moving this around, then when you open the project from the previous calibration, then you're gonna see a little bit of things that don't work, and then you need to reset the configuration. So make sure you select only the 3 projector that you need. Resolution will be the sum of all the 3 resolutions. 60 Hz is fine, and then we click enable surround. Alright, so we are now in disable surround. How do we know? The first thing you notice is that this one changed from enable to disable, and another things you can do, you can go to display setting, and it should show you this is the main monitor, which is also the main display, and the 3 projectors are now as one. You can even see here the resolution, and everything else looks okay. In reality, you can also go here where it says set multiple display, and it will show you that too. But anyway, at the moment I'm keeping this on because after we need to disable after we finish everything, so I'm just keeping this on and forget about it for the moment. Now we need to open Immersive Calibration Pro at this my computer. I never remember where I put mine, but I know it's in the same location of the display. So what I usually do, I go into display, open file location, go back, and I know this in the same area. So there you go, Immersive Calibration Pro. And here we open the client. In the main computer we open the client. And just a couple seconds, it shows up. And typically it goes down like you don't see anymore, but all you need to do is to go here and just right click and say show. Okay, so don't worry about that. The reason why it goes in minimize it is because in reality you don't need to do anything. Don't touch anything here. Now if you are creating a new project from the beginning, I suggest you to go to the first video that I did some last year or so, that takes you step by step from the beginning. This one is looking at it's already done because it's pretty much opening from where we last where we leave the things at the last time. Okay, so you don't need to do anything. You just want to make sure that obviously this is the main PC. These are the three projectors. We just want to make sure that they are divided into three. Again, you don't need to do anything, so just want to make sure. It says here client not connected. Now when we move to a laptop and we open the server section of the Immersive Calibration Pro, this one will show as connected. So the moment we don't need to do anything here, we move to the laptop. One final thing before I move to the laptop or any other computer, if the two don't talk each other between the laptop and the main computer, make sure that you go into the Bonjour and you installed the Bonjour 64. This is a little tool that allows the two computers to communicate over the network. Okay, so let's move to the laptop now.
Alright, we moved to our second computer. I'm using at the moment a laptop. So if you remember, at the main computer we open Immersive Calibration Pro and we click on the client. Here we do the same, but we need to open the server side. And we let Fly-Elise do his things. He's gonna open the program, connect directly to the client through the Bonjour file. So here, if you have to create a new project completely from zero, obviously you click here, but as I mentioned before, we're gonna start from where we left the calibration of the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We just wanna transfer from that 2024. So I'm gonna load one of my project file. I do have several one, but one of the latest one for software is this one here. When we wait until the program opens, it does connect, and we can make this bigger. The more actually we can close the folder here. We don't need. We can make this bigger. Okay, so first thing you notice is you know that you are connected to the client because it shows the projector and they're also green, and on your client side it should show something about here to say client connected. If you don't see these three, it means you are not connected. Either you are not on the same network or you need to install Bonjour. Those are the two main reasons why you don't see the projector. Now I'm not gonna change anything here. It's already been established projector 3, projector 2, projector 1, so I'm not gonna change anything. I just wanna make sure that it's divided into 3. Obviously each of the projector has the resolution that is set to be 60 Hertz. So I'm gonna show you, we go into the screen. I just wanna see something before we do anything else. Yeah, so V1, V2, V3. Okay, so what I want to do, if we go to the map scan, what I want to do is now go into the projector screen and see if they are connected as they should. So I'm gonna move
for a second, and I'm gonna show you what you're supposed to see.
Okay, when you go into the map scan mode or the Immersive Calibration Pro, you should see like this. You should see exactly what you calibrate originally, so you don't have to repeat this again. Remember when in one of the video I showed you how to put the horizontal, the vertical. You don't have to do that anymore. It's already been done. So you just want to check the device are correctly aligned, and the way to notice is you can start from number 1 and it goes through. We reach number 8, goes to number 9, and it goes all the way to the end. So this is already been done, which is the longest part for the calibration. We don't need to do anything else. Now, something that you can do if you want, because with time projector can move, the screen can move, maybe the vibration. Now if you see something like this, for example, where you have a little bit of misplacement, what you can do, you can adjust and recalculate everything like I showed you in the previous video. If everything is perfect, you don't need to do it, but if you see something like this, you can readjust, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna double check everything, make sure that everything is correct. You wanna see lines like that, so that will be the perfect that you want to see there, and on the other side as well.
Alright, so as mentioned before, if you are in the map scan, you can use the time to adjust a little bit. I've done exactly that. View 2 has been already done. So what we want to do next is recalculate everything. So we press this and we let the magic happens. Again, if you don't have to adjust anything, you can skip this. You literally, once you set up the projector, you can go straight to perspective and then export. Now perspective is something that you don't want to skip. That's very important. The map scan, the age blend, the black offset and color, all these can be skipped, but the perspective is important because this is where you calculate the frustum for the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Okay, so I calculated, I do have the nice image. You can set here the test pattern. Of course you don't see that, but I can see the panorama as usual. But what I want to focus here is to see what to do next. So edge blend, I mentioned this before, don't touch this, you can do this after. Black offset is to remove the can be used to remove the where you have the two projector meeting each other. To be honest, I tried different things. It was making actually worse than better. So I prefer to leave as it is and do this after. Color, same things. I make sure the all projector are the same color. I change the color later if I have to. So all these three, I never touch anything here because you can do this after. Once you export the file, if you change anything here and you export the file and you don't like it, you need to go back inside here and re-export again and change. That's why I leave these three untouched. I export the file and then I can do all the changes later on. Now let's go to perspective. So this is important. At the moment this is the perspective calculator for my projector screen. Here will be different. Now you see a little bit different here and here because I set this to be aligned with my first offset. So over here where you see position, it will be 0 and then 0 is 0. I put 0.4 because I want to move my eye view to the first offset. If this one becomes negative 0.4, it goes to the aligned with the captain. Usually I fly with my clients, they fly on they sit down on the right side of the first offset, so I align everything to the first offset. First things, remember to keep asymmetric off. Same field of view set to on. This one set wherever you need to set. Don't change anything in frustum, only change the position if you need to change something there. After that you just do find frustum. You calculate everything and then here you can have something nice, different in the new version. You can obviously have your tunnel, you can have the cube as before, or you can have the world, the runway. It's a new feature from the latest Microsoft Immersive Pro. You can see how the runway looks like on your visual display. Now at the moment I'm seeing directly here from the computer, but remember I set everything to look at my first offset, so it looks a little bit skewed, but it's correct from my point of view. They also have a funnel, and they also have tarmac, so you can settle this just to see how it looks like. It doesn't matter, it's just a visual. Okay, if we go back to the typical tunnel, so if you are happy and we calculate everything, then we can go into the funnel set, which is export. So over here, very important, first of all we need to have a ProCalib warp and blend on. For Flight Simulator, in this case we don't want the 2020, so we can turn this off, but we want the 2024. For 2024 you have different options. The first one asks if you have a multi-PC, so a single projector per PC, or you have a multi-view, so basically single PC. Now in my case I have one PC where all the projectors are connected, so I select this on. If you do have one projector connected to each computer, then you will set this to on and this one to off. But I think for most of you this will be the most common scenario. I also select reuse default MSFS 2024 view on. The reason of doing that is because instead of creating me three different screen, one per each projector, it will only create two, and the main Flight Simulator will be used for one of the projectors. By doing that you save about 10 frames per second, because for each window the Immersive Calibration Pro create, your frame per second will be reduced by 10 FPS. Now something new entry, main windows on projector. So this one will tell you, do you want the main window to be in your center window, or projector 1, projector 2, and so forth. I leave, now if you want to remember what the projector 1 is, you can always go back to projector is. So in this case projector 1 is this one, which is my left view, projector 2 is my center view, and projector 3 is my right view. So projector 2 is the center. So what I usually do is I want, let's go back, yes, I want the main window to be in projector 2, which is the center. So, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. The important is that you choose one of the projector and the rest will be just the same. After that you just do export data. Now when you do export data, you let it do it. It will create a file in your current laptop, but it will also export the same file in your main PC, because remember we are still connected to the main PC. Once the export file is done, we can turn off this laptop, we can turn off this server, and we can go back to the main computer to do the rest that we need to do over there. I'm just gonna wait until I finish, and then we can close this. You can see here what it's doing. It's saving the project file, it's sending the project file, and so forth. And then it's gonna, don't worry if it says not responding, that's normal. It will just eventually come with this, and then you can close the window, it will close automatically. So it's done. At this stage we can turn off. Now the Immersive Calibration Pro has different tools, something that I didn't show you, but there is a lot of things you can do. For example, you can do the post warping. So when you are in this sorry, yeah, when you are in this window and you already have the image, for example the test pattern, over here if there is something that still needs to be adjusted, you can always go into the workflow, post warping, and you can select which projector you want to adjust, but I'm not gonna show you this is purely for if you wanna go to the extra steps, but you don't need to. So we can close this and move to the main computer.
Okay, we are back at the main screen on the main computer. So the first thing we want to do, we can turn off the surround. So just click disable surround. Yes, because we don't need anymore. The calibration has been done. The screen becomes black for a second. That's normal because it's just resetting all the projector to initial state. We need to wait a little bit of time. Okay, so we see it shows from disable to enable, so it means that we are now back as we were before. So we can close this. We also notice that everything is back to normal. Now, something that you have to check, it does happen on mine, you may want to check on yours. So after you go from Nvidia surround back to as it was before, for some reason the refresh rate of each projector goes from 60 Hz to 59. So what we need to do, we need to bring it back to 60 Hz all three and just apply. I don't know why that happened. Something to do with Nvidia, I guess. So you apply, I think it will show something about if this is what we want. There we go. So we say yes, and now we're back as we were before. Just checking that everything else is back to normal. Okay, so something else, the change on mine, the digital vibrance, I have a 90. So I just want to make sure that everything is stay at 90. And again apply. So it's a couple of things. Once you get out of your Nvidia surround, you want to check that everything is the same as it should. And final thing, since we are here, let's check the nothing else changed on the global setting. Yes, and then on the program setting, remember that because you have two flight simulator now, well, I don't know if you have, but I have both 2020 2024. I just want to check that 2024 nothing has changed, so everything is fine. So we can close Nvidia, and we can also close this one. We can now exit. Okay, so the file has been exported into your Immersive Calibration Pro folder inside a folder called Export Client. So we go here now. This is something that has been already created by our server. As you can see, the date of today is June. So Project Procali MFS. Now MFS 2024, which is this one. This is something that you want to open and just stay there. It doesn't matter, you don't need to move this file anywhere. What you want to do is obviously project else you don't need to move. This is what's important for you. Inside you find this. You can copy all of that, but in reality the only one that you are going to use are these three. But what you want to do is to take these, copy them into the config folder. The config folder is inside your Windows C warp 000 config. I'm not going to paste it because already done. The reason why you have to put into here is something that Immersive wants. If you select the project file from the config folder, it works if you select this ProCalib file for somewhere else, from somewhere else, it will give you some indication, some note to say, please copy this file into the config folder first, and then, so, you know, don't ask question, just go Windows C, warp 000, config folder, copy and paste. Now, I also set all my ProCalib project here as a backup. So let's go into the one that I have, which is this one, ProCalib file. No, sorry, MS 2024. Yeah, this one here for sources. So remember there was this one, right? So if you open that, then you have the instruction on what to do. So let's go step by step here. Okay, so let's go step by step. I need to pay attention because I do have Flight Simulator 2020, ProSim 2020, and I need to make sure that I don't mix the one with the other one. So the first things is telling us to do is to don't worry about this, just go straight here. This is the first line you need to pay attention. So it tells us that we need to set the zoom percentage in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 to 62.8343. Now, if you go into the Flight Simulator setting and you set this, first of all, you are not going to be able to set 8.343. I think it goes, there is no decimal, you can go 62, 63, 64 and so forth, so it's not very precise. Also, every time you start the Flight Simulator, it will bring it back to 50, which is the default. So this one needs to be done in your Immersive Display Pro. So let's go and start our Immersive Display Pro, and we are gonna set it up to, yeah, this is normal. We're gonna set this up to call upon the projector ProCalib files for the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, the one that we just created, and the zoom. First of all, if you remember, first step, we do the zoom. Now, we go here in Simulator, and we set MFS 2024, which is already set. We put the zoom, which is 62, no, so we can just copy this directly, copy, and we just put it here directly. So we make sure we don't make any mistake. Okay, keep these two on, auto start, and obviously start. This one will allow that every time you start this and you start FS 2024, it will adjust automatically to the zoom. So even if you forget to set to the graphic user interface, then you don't have to worry. This one will take care of it. In fact, you don't have to change anything in the set anymore. This will take care for you. So the zoom is done. Now let's go, since we are here, let's go to the display. This is my main PC monitor. We don't need to care about that. These are the three projectors, okay? So we need to set each of them to the corresponding project file. Now I want to show you something. This is very important. Let me minimize for a second, because this is the 99.9% of the reason why something does not work on your calibration. Let me show you. If we go into the ProCalib, we see that we have multi-projector 1, ProCalib, projector 2, and projector 3. Don't assume, let me make this a little bit bigger, don't assume that projector 1 goes to this, projector 2 here, and projector 3 here. Don't assume that. It just depends how you set your monitor. And the way to know is if you go to Nvidia and you go to set up multiple display. This is your main. This is my main PC, and this is the three projectors. So my projector are set as 3, 2, and 1. So 3, 2, 1. That means that the project Calib 3 goes to the left, the number 2 goes to the center, and the number 1 goes to the right one. Okay, so it's pretty much the opposite. So I click here, I go to external, let's go this big again so you can see. Click here, external calibration. Now I need to go, remember, to the config. I set myself a folder, you will find them here, but I set myself a folder to divide it from the 2020. So I go for software and ProCali. Okay, so I set number 3 here, and this one, the middle one, will be my number 2, and this one will be my number 1. Now this one, because I set my projector as 3, 2, 1. If your is 1, 2, 3 or 1, 3, 2 and so forth, you need to follow that. This is one of the main reasons why a lot of people contact me and they have a problem. They've done everything step by step, but they cannot figure out why it's not aligned. Okay, so we set this. Of course, I suggest you also do the pin from GPU connector. I don't want to unpin because it's already pin, and I explain that on the reason why this one we need to do it, and this one we need to do it. Where is the pin? What it means is that if you change the connector on your display graphic card and you swap this connector to this one will maintain the same setting because it does understand which one is connected to which connector. Okay, so this one we can minimize. So remember, we set the calib, we set the zoom here, so we can minimize and look at the rest. So the rest tell us, so the rest is this one. This one is the ProSim 737 for Flight Simulator 2024. So first of all, of course, you need to install the ProSim. So let's go to the where we found the ProSim 737, and we need to change the camera config. Now, starting from where Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is, which is this one, the 2024, it's actually called limitless, and it's this one here. Okay, so 2020 is this, 2024 is this. So we go there, we go to local cache, package, community. So this is the community folder of your 2024, and here you should see the ProSim module and the ProSim 737. So we go here, sim object, airplanes, ProSim 737 2024, and here we found the camera config. Let's open that. It will open next to yours. So we go, don't worry about everything else. The first thing we need to do, it says initial zoom must be 1. Sorry, so initial zoom, what is it? Initial zoom is 1. Already done that, and then we need to take this initial PBH copy, and we passed into our initial PBH. I think it's the same because I already done it. Yes. Don't forget to save, and you can close this. So we took care of the ProSim. Now we need to take care of the Flight Simulator user config. For the user config, first of all, go back to the community, go back to local cache. In local cache you find the user config. Open that one. Is this one here. So now the next instruction, don't worry about this, we can go straight here. It tells us to take all these, copy, and we paste right after position Y. So we take that one between position Y and anti-aliasing DLSS. So I think it will be the same because I already set, and we save, and that's done. So we can close that, we can close this. Now all we need to do is to start Flight Simulator 2024. So we can close that. We have make sure that we have Immersive Display Pro on. I'm going to actually have the map enhancement for 2024, which looks very good. And after that I can start my Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and I'll show you the worry. I'll show you what it looks like on the big screen now. See you soon. Okay, so if we go advanced option, I think here is called, and we go to experimental ish. Oh, there you go. Yes, we have two windows. Okay, the two windows have been created. So this is exactly as what we had before, just look different. And from here, if you need to do small adjustment, you can do it from here. By the moment, you should not need to, and I'll show you. It should be pretty much perfect if everything is done correctly. So let's add.
Okay, so what I've done, I swapped my my windows directly, my three windows directly to the screen. So I select this one, and remember this is position 1, position 2, position 3. So for the first one I did the Windows Shift and then the right arrow once. For the center I did it twice, and for the left one I did it 3 times. So the 3 has been transferred. I'm gonna show you how it looks like. I'm gonna turn off the light and we go into the cockpit, and this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna turn off the light so you can see outside better. Now as you can see, it's perfectly aligned. I pretty much like it. I didn't have to change anything. You can see the line on the runway is aligned. The same goes for there. Okay, so yeah, so basically it's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Make sure that the zoom is correct. Make sure that if you need to do small adjustment, you can always do by going into the multi-window setting and change the setting from there. But I will not expect you to do any adjustment. If you've done everything correctly, then you should be okay. Now the position, it does not look centered, but that's because ProSim did, when I set the plane to bring this, you know, it moved a little bit, but apart from that, sorry ProSim, the flight simulator, once you set on the ProSim, it will be straight. But pretty much that's where we are. So this is it, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully no more problems in setting up the graphic and the calibration for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Thank you. See you the next time.